Merry Christmas! Thank you so much for tuning in. Today I wanted to do a recap of 2025. It has been a very busy year for us, so let's get into it. I want to start off with the front yard, our home's facade. We've done so many renovations, and this one is by far my favorite one. It's at the very top. We decided to As soon as we bought the home, we wanted to change the front yard. We knew that the facade was going to be a different color. Initially, I wanted blue because I was deep into the Hamptons vibe, but then we decided to go with something neutral, a nice white house. So we decided to do some research, and a lot of what we were reading was that paint is not necessarily ideal for a brick home. So we looked at many other options, and the one that stood out to us was lime washing. Now, you guys, I was so nervous to do this, but lime wash is so inexpensive and it gets the job done. We are now months into it. I want to say almost a year. And the house, it gave it like a beautiful white, bright finish. And then we decided, okay, now after we painted our red brick with the lime wash, it is super durable, you guys. When it rains, it's perfect. It doesn't change color. It doesn't chip off unless you really hit something against it, which my kids do in the backyard. There are a bit of chips here and there because they kick the ball against the wall. But other than that, it is hardy, and I highly recommend it, and super inexpensive. Now, we then wanted a hedge along the front, and we planted some pink flowers in front of our front windows. And you guys, it is just amazing. What we did was we planted the flowers. The flowers look so gorgeous against the contrast of the white brick. However, we had some issues with our hedge. Now, I found, because I am bougie on a budget, okay? If you know me, you know I am going to find the cheapest alternative to do something, okay? So I just wanted to be more cost effective. I looked on Facebook Market. I saw someone who was giving out their hedge. So we went out there, we did the hard work of digging it up. You guys, during summer, hubby and I were in there, pulled up all this hedge, replanted it into our front yard to give it like a nice French country look. And then the hedge died. It slowly started turning orange, and then like a burnt orange, and then it died. So then we ripped that out. So now we have the gorgeous flowers. And then we wanted to create a beautiful walk path, a pathway where you can walk up to our front door. So we did that by planting grass on either side of our front yard, and in the middle we put these gorgeous round pavers, and just like a little stepway, you know, all the way into the front yard. And then we decided we were going to border that on the side with gorgeous flowers. These particular flowers, they flower in winter, which is amazing, and then they are an evergreen. So throughout the whole year, we enjoy the full green plant. And the best part, you guys, is it grows as a hedge. So with time, it'll get fuller, and it will shape the perimeter of that pathway really well. We opted to go with stones, so we have white stones in between that pathway and along the front where the hedge goes. Now, we thought it was going to be a good touch. It'll make the plants pop out, and then it would also give that contrast with the grass on either side, and it will be a beautiful frame to the front of the home, and we really enjoy it. On the far right side of our front yard, we went and planted gorgeous lavender, which grows like a beautiful hedge. It was the best decision we made to add that little bit of color. We are not done. We still want to go, there's a rendered part of our home. We still want to go in there and paint that out. Same thing, we're going to do it in white. However, because it's render, I think we can still do it with the lime wash. We're yet to research that. So if you have any suggestions or paint suggestions for rendered areas, Comment below and let us know. Now let's talk about the backyard. Now the backyard, you guys, we experimented. We really enjoyed it this year. We added some garden beds. Initially when we got the garden beds, also from Facebook Market, they were very chunky. I think we even had to pull down one side of our fence to get the massive garden bed through. However, we managed to do that. They were too chunky, so we had to cut them again to allow us to have more backyard space. We don't have a massive space, but what we figured is if we run the garden beds along the fence line of the backyard and to the side of the home, it allowed us to also have enjoyable space, you know, clear space where the kids can play, where we can go out there and have a barbecue and sit and enjoy. In my garden, I have a few things, a few treasures growing. I have cabbage. I've experimented with cabbage. That was my first time doing it, and guys, it was a success. I absolutely love it. I have some spring onion in there. I have some silver beet. I have rosemary. Now the rosemary plant was a welcome home gift and from a friend of mine, and it has thrived. It's in its little corner and it's happy there. It's gotten bigger and bigger as the years go. My daughter planted an apple tree out at the back there, which is growing. It hasn't flowered yet, but we're hanging in there. We're hoping next year we'll get some fruit. I've also added some pumpkin out at the back there, some spinach, some capsicum. We had a lot of tomatoes. I think tomatoes were our best thing yet. And in the past season, I think beginning of the year, we had some eggplant as well, which was also really awesome. It's just a vibe when you go out to the back, you grab some parsley and you bring it into your garden, or into your kitchen and cook with it, like just fresh veggies from the backyard. It's just amazing. And every time we have a meal and I've used something from my garden, I make it a point to tell the kids. I mean, look, the twins harvest with me, but every time I'm telling like my husband and my kids, like, yep, the greens are from the backyard, guys. How is it? The yummies from the backyard. So that's something I make it a point to do. And I'm using our current home as a practice run to see, you know, get familiarized myself with the plants and the seasons and, you know, the best growing environment. And I enjoy it. I spend a lot of hours out there every week. Now, this year, guys, we had chickens. Adding to that homestead vision and goal, we decided to experiment and get some chickens. We initially started with 3, and then 3 went to 5, and then 5 almost went to 9, and then my husband was like, hold on, hold your brakes, okay? So we were enjoying, guys, for a lot of months, we were enjoying fresh eggs from our chickens. And it was 5 eggs every single day. It was amazing. The family got into it. My son used to go in there, feed the chickens. He would feed them chicken feed. And then whatever we have as scraps, we would give them as well. And he would collect the eggs. It was just such a great experience for us as a family. And this is something that I really look forward to us doing when we have our homestead. Instead of 5, I might just have 50, okay? That's chicken maths, isn't it? If you know, you know. So then the chickens did mature. So we went and had to process them, which was also a really awesome experience. My daughter will say I forced her to help me pluck the feathers and everything, but I didn't force anybody, okay? It was just awesome to experience that, you know, process of processing the chickens and then cooking them and enjoying fresh chicken meat. You know, it's really good. It's really good. This is another thing that I look forward to doing, and it's amazing that we can still do it. We live in the suburbs and we can still have a taste of the farm life, of the countryside. You know, it's amazing. But yes, so we've processed the chickens because we're trying to make space. Where the coop is right now, we're making space to add a shed. We need more storage area. We're a big family. And as the kids grow, you know, you have scooters, you have bikes, you have so many things. So we need somewhere to store that. And my husband's gonna do gorgeous paving along the front. Like I said, there's still more work to do in the front yard. So we're gonna add more concrete and then concrete the side of the house, and that's where the shed is going to be. Now, thank you so much. It has been a very productive year for us. And because we have so many unfinished things, and like when you live in a home, you always want to improve it. There's always home improvement projects going along. There's always something to be done. And so I don't want to say next year everything will be done, because no, in reality, we're always going to be switching it up, and we'll bring you guys along the way with us. Now, that is our year, you guys. I wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a happy, prosperous New Year. Thank you again for tuning in. Ciao.